Hey there, everybody. Good morning. Have you ever looked at someone else and thought, why does everything always work out for them? Maybe you've even wondered, how can I begin to create extraordinary results for me? Well, if you've thought either one of those things, stick around. That's our topic today on 7 Minutes in the Morning.
This is 7 Minutes in the Morning, where 5 days a week you get tips and hacks dedicated to helping business owners and leaders just like you find and break through the one thing that is preventing your success. And now, here's the host of 7 Minutes in the Morning and your results coach, Tom Rigsby.
You know, I gotta say that the music just kind of gets me going in the morning. Hey there, everybody. Good morning and welcome. My name is Tom Rigsby. This is 7 Minutes in the Morning. Listen, if you would do me a favor when you arrive, do the same thing that Joe and Keith have already done. Leave a comment, say hi, name and where you're watching from. That would be fantastic. Always encouraging to me personally to get to see those, read those, and hopefully get you on the air and talk about those. All right, so, I wanted to make this one quick announcement, too. If you're not already, you should be following me on Instagram. There, I'll just say that. At Tom Rigsby. That'll get you the right place. All right, extraordinary results. Again, based on a quote, today's quote, comes from Jim Rohn, one of my favorite guys. If you don't know who Jim Rohn is, if you've never read him, or even better, watched any videos of him on YouTube, super engaging guy, super smart guy. But he said, one of the things he said, if you're not willing to risk the unusual, then you will have to settle for the ordinary. If you're not willing to risk the unusual, then you will have to settle for the ordinary. Said another way, if you do the things that everybody else does, you're going to get the things that everybody else gets. Think about that for just a minute. If everybody is handed a script, let's just imagine, let's just pretend for a minute that at high school graduation you're handed this script and say, okay, here's what you're supposed to do. And everybody starts following the things on that script perfectly. What's everybody going to get? The same thing. That just makes sense, right? Now, one of the things that kind of makes this quote work is understanding what usual and ordinary means, right? Ordinary, it means like everybody else. So we paint this picture in our mind's eye, right, that extraordinary means something, whatever it means to you. And whatever it means, that's fine. But really, all extraordinary is different than the ordinary. Extraordinary. More than the ordinary. That's all extraordinary is. What is usual? That's what most people do. Right? So, if you're not, back to this quote, if you're not willing to risk the usual, if you're not willing to risk, I don't know, having to drive a crappy car, or live in the wrong zip code for a little while. If you're not willing to risk the usual, then you're never going to get the extraordinary. So if you want the extraordinary, be willing to risk those things. And look, what are those things that this is the thing that just drives me nuts sometimes. The things that we focus on about being so important, nobody cares. Literally. Nobody cares. I made you'll see this quote come up in a couple of days, probably next week now. But I was making this comment this morning, and it led me to this thought, right? We spend so much time and energy on stuff that doesn't matter 5 years from now. We won't even remember 5 years from now. We suffer over whether to buy this chair or that chair. And in 5 years, we've donated it and given it away anyway. We worry about the most useless crap. Just stop doing that. Understand the outcome that you want to create, and then make the choices that move you toward that outcome. It's not that complicated, folks. Stop making it so. Joe says your expectations can lead you to greatness, but they can also limit you at the same time. Absolutely. We talk a lot about expectations around here, and your expectations become the constraints around your outcome. Right? I want you to think about that for just a minute. Even if you have a big expectation like 1 million customers, 1 million clients, that's a big number. But that's only 1 million. There's how many billion people on the planet? 1 million's a speck of dust. Right? But that's a constraint. You put that constraint around there, it's like, oh, no, I'm thinking big. Now, really? In what context? In that constraint, in that box you put around it? Yeah, great. You're thinking big. In the bigger picture, in truth, I mean, that's a great example. A lot of people like to, I heard somebody say, watching some video the other day, and they said, well, I feel like the truth is so-and-so. What you feel has nothing to do with the truth. The fact is there are, whatever it is, I think there's 7 billion people on the planet. Right? That's a fact. That's truth. 1 million people is a great starting point. Then go from there. All right, I'm going to get off the soapbox, or I'll be going for a long time today. Can't do that because I've got the radio show going today. We will be live streaming. Maybe on YouTube and Facebook, but definitely on Facebook. We'll see how that turns out. I think I can work that out this morning. I think I got most of the things here figured out. So we'll see if that translates to the radio station. And later today at lunchtime, I'll be speaking at Redstone Federal Credit Union for a lunchtime workshop they got going on there. So lots of good things going on today. Yep. Those are the big things today. And then, of course, there is tomorrow. We will be back here with another installment of 7 Minutes in the Morning. Before I let you go, though, I'd be remiss if I did not mention Coffee and Coaching coming up on Thursday morning. That means you'll get this show as either pre-recorded or a live remote on Thursday morning. As my good friend Stephen Levy and I host another installment of Coffee and Coaching. So if you haven't signed up for that, if you're in the Huntsville area and you haven't signed up for that, shame on you. You should. We want you to. Go to coffeeandcoaching.us, coffeeandcoaching.us to get all the details and get your seat reserved. That's it. I will talk to you guys again tomorrow. Have a terrific Tuesday.